it's Destiny. Today I wanted to talk about something particular, as in Lyme disease and bullying or being outcasted, and how a lot of people don't realize that it's not just the disease destroying our bodies, but also the emotional reaction to having our lives as we know it being taken away, and the matter of how important it is that having people who support us, who believe in us and are there for us, how important that is, because when you're fighting a battle when there's pretty much a war in your body, it's just really good to have the moral support to keep yourself sane from good friends and family. And to friends and family of Lyme disease patients, it can be very important, more important than you know. There have been a lot of Lyme disease patients who have been outcasted by family, friends, doctors, telling them that they're not sick, and to the point where they commit suicide, and that's a very serious issue. And I think that people need to realize this, that it's not just a matter of disease and bacteria as much as it is mental and emotionally. I feel that all the greed and political stuff that also has to do with Lyme disease and why it's not getting the awareness that it needs is totally ridiculous in comparison to people's lives and their, stability as a person. So anyway, I just wanted to share my story. I did write it down, so I will be reading off of the notes, so if you see me glancing a lot, that's what I'm doing. I have difficulty remembering what I'm going to say. I have a lot of short-term memory problems, so just call me a goldfish. But anyways, okay, back to seriousness. So my story is, freshman year, my symptoms started to really get bad, like they started really hitting me, and I started a dual enrollment program, which is where I was both homeschooled and I went to some classes at the public school, mostly art and science. Some days were really hard for me, like it was really hard to concentrate and everything, so my health started declining because I was pushing myself so much because I still wanted to stay in public school. But as my health declined, so did my attendance, and I wasn't even able to make it to the few classes that I did have at public school. Honestly though, when I was there, I really did enjoy being in the actual school building and with other students when I could attend. I missed it even though I fully enjoyed homeschooling. I missed it because it reminded me of times when I was healthy. But some people had to ruin that, and that little shred of connection that I had left with the healthy me in the good old days before I had Lyme disease, a lot of bullies jumped on my obvious weakness that was my illness. Misery loves company, though, I suppose. Other students would say that I was faking it behind my back, and eventually they started making snotty remarks to my face, like, "Oh, look who decided to show up today. Look who decided to come to school today. Wow, you sure don't look sick. I mean, you look fine. You seem fine." Then they'd ask me, "Did you have a good time ditching class yesterday?" At first I didn't let it get to me, but when you're being bullied, you really can't ignore it. These comments, they not only hurt, but they made me feel uncomfortable in the classroom. I couldn't focus, not only because of my illness now, but because I was upset, and I didn't feel safe in the room. I felt like everybody was trying to attack me over something that I couldn't control. Things even progressed to kids running away from me and avoiding contact, saying, "Don't get near her, you'll get Lyme disease." as if being bedridden sick didn't make me feel isolated enough. Not only that, but having my peers tell me I was faking it didn't help with the uncertainness that came with the Lyme disease already. Doctors wouldn't treat me because all treatments for Lyme disease are considered experimental, since there weren't enough studies on persistent late-stage Lyme disease, or aren't enough studies, and research being done. And that's when somebody said the word that bothers me even now. I've had few people say it because I'd like to believe few people in this world would stoop so low to call me a hypochondriac. At first, I was just kind of shocked when I was called a hypochondriac, because the thought had never crossed my mind, because I honestly prefer to avoid all of my disease-related stuff. People always ask how I'm doing. My mom always wants me to tell her my symptoms, and I say that I'm fine, and I try not to think about most of my symptoms. But after the shock wore off, then I finally got upset, and then I was mad, and then I was sad, and then it just festered and echoed inside me until I finally wondered if it really was all in my head. And for a small period of time, I actually felt like crazy, like could I be making this all up? I mean, if seemingly everybody, repetitively are telling me that it's all in my head and that I'm making it up, maybe I am. But why would I make up something so horrible? And then I'd have the few people who would say, "Oh, why did you even come to school today? Anyways, nobody wants you here." And yeah, it's pretty lame. Kind of sucked, but I guess everybody has their experience, right? And it proved to me who my real friends are and who I do and don't want to hang out with. But in all honesty, though, I'm very live and let live, forgive and forget. But let's just say I'm not talking to most of those people to this day. So thank you for listening, and let me know if you ever need somebody to talk to. Go ahead and feel free to talk to me. Just know, for all you Lymies out there, or anybody with an illness, that it's not your fault, you can't control it, and stay strong, hang in there. That it's not all in your head, you're not just crazy, you're not a hypochondriac. And to anybody who's being bullied, hang in there. Tell somebody, talk to someone. Feel free again to talk to me. That's about it. Thanks for listening again. Bye.